I just got back from watching the movie Obsession with Julianne and her family and stuff like that. And the overall reaction from the audience during this movie, this seating was incredibly disturbing. I mean, I would say that in most scenes and throughout most of the movie, a large majority of the audience was laughing. And I feel like, yes, on the surface level, you can find humor in some of it and a little and laugh in a way that's like, this is absurd. This is absurd. But if you look any deeper into this film, there's literally nothing funny about it. I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but immediately when the wish was made, okay, spoiler warning, but immediately when the wish was made, I knew that this was going to be an allegory to SA or the R word. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but yeah, let's just use the word SA. But you know what I mean. I and that's what the movie was about. I mean, the way he didn't, there's a way to do the wishing willow where you don't take away where something bad doesn't have to happen, right? Like imagine if he wished, instead of saying I want, Nikki to be to love me more than anything in the world, he said, um, I want to have the confidence to ask Nikki out. Like imagine he asked that, right? Because we see near the end of the movie when his friend wishes for the $1 billion, there's no there's nothing wrong, nothing bad happens, right? But his wish took her autonomy away from her, right? That is what his wish did. She had not have autonomy. And when you sit there and you watch that movie, almost in the same way that you would watch the movie Get Out, because you saw in Get Out what would happen in that movie, spoilers again, is they would take a black person's consciousness and drop it into the sunken place so that they could fit the white person's consciousness into the black person's body, right? So then the black person is just their consciousness in their own body. They're just watching it be piloted by the white person, right? And that is what the same thing. Nikki the whole time is there. She's in her body, but she's playing a back seat to her body. And something else has taken over. The obsession has taken over. The wish has taken over. And I don't even have it doesn't have to be allegorical because in one of the scenes, I mean, in many scenes they have relations. I mean, they probably have sexual relations throughout a lot of those months or however long it was happening for. But you see in the one scene, like the one scene it shows where she's just kind of like they're having relations, and she's just in making noises, and she's just he's literally that's sexual. That is a sexual. She's not in charge. She's not in control of her body at all. He's literally fucking an empty carcass, right? Like not an empty carcass, but like do you understand what I'm saying? And even as you continue the movie, she then she constantly the same way in Get Out when they would flash the flashlight and the person the black consciousness that's in the sunken place would be able to be in the front again, and then they would have to redo then the mother in that movie would have to redo like this the psychological thing to push that consciousness back, but they would front for that moment and be like, you got to get out, you got to get out. Same thing would happen. I mean, the first scene that happened was in the bed when Nikki first came over and they're starting to make out, and she was like, what the fuck, and then she fell off the bed and then came back. It's I'm so sorry. She snapped back into it. But for that moment, you saw real Nikki, and then it's as the movie progressed. Every time you see real Nikki, she's trying to kill herself because dying would be better than this. A life of no autonomy, right? A life. It's almost like I don't know how to put this. And the worst part is you see that the whole time Bear is having this conflict where he knows what he did and he knows it's wrong, but he's still trying to make it work. He's still trying to make it work. And then when at nighttime, in that one night when he goes to see Sarah before he leaves, real Nikki's there. And she's like, kill me. Kill me. It's real me. Please kill me. And then he said, is it that hard to love me? Like what? Like what? You see, that's a classic like like apist thing to say. Like sexual, like the classic perp thing to say, as you constantly taking an advantage of women and doing these things. And imagine you're in a relationship, you know, as a woman, you're constantly being assaulted in many ways. And then you try to leave and the person's like, is it that hard to love me? Like, why are you leaving? Like, you know how fucked up Bear is, man? You know how fucked up this guy is? He's such a disgusting piece of shit, right? He's such, like, and it's never about, you know, he never cared about her. He just wanted her, right? He just wanted her to love him. He just, from the beginning, he started to like her only because, like, when you have situations like this, it's most like where he's so scared to tell her how he feels. He has her pedestaled. She's not even like a person to him. She is this thing to obtain, this goddess, this everything. She's not humanized, right? And that's I did research in college about that, and it was benevolent, malignant. Yeah, benevolent sexism. That's what benevolent sexism is, pedestaling, because you're still not treating them as a person. And the only reason was because when he moved there, she treated him nicely, and now he's like this, and he took her autonomy away because he was too insecure to tell her how he felt, right? And then when she's finally saying please kill me, and she's telling him how she feels, he doesn't give a fuck. He tries to make it work with the demon or whatever it is. It's not like a demon, but he tries to make it work with that because he doesn't care about her. He doesn't give a fuck about real Nikki. He just wanted her. He wanted her to be obsessed with him and to love him. He just cares about the idea of her. And this is the classic thing. This is the classic thing, right? He doesn't actually like her at all, right? And the same thing in the beginning, like, when this all starts happening, you might think that her friend or his friend like cares about him because he's like, hey, I did some deep research, and like her father didn't actually die or doesn't have cancer. And he's like, I care about you, bro. This is so weird. Like, and you think his friend actually cares. Turns out his friend was fucking Nikki the whole time for the past couple months. And the only reason he's telling, the reason he did research on this shit and he cared about this shit was because he was fucking her, right? He doesn't give a fuck about Bear. He doesn't really give a fuck about, he's just insecure about this situation, right? And it's about possession, right? And you just see that this whole movie, nobody really gives a fuck about Nikki. She's more of a totem. No one gives a fuck about her, right? They don't care about the person. And in the end, she is left there to see the person that ruined her life dead on the floor. And it wasn't like he didn't kill himself because it was going to break the wish. He would have killed himself a long time ago. The only reason he killed himself was it was the only way for him to get out of that situation. The only way. The only way. And you saw that in the end she wished, Demon Nikki wished for him to be obsessed with her too. And he did that until he died, right? But imagine being Nikki and you're sitting there. You got the dude you were having sex with, you shot him dead. Well, the demon shot him. Now he's over there dead, bullet in his face. Your other friend, Sarah, she literally has no face. She's naked, strapped to a chair. And then you have this fucking asshole OD'd. Right? Like at no point did none of these people give a fuck about her. And now she's got to deal with that. And I imagine if the movie continued, she's going to get framed for that. She's going to jail for that. How is she going to explain that? There's fucking there's 3 dead people in the house. She's covered in blood. Like, how is she going to explain that? The dude ruined her life. And everyone's life involved. And because he idolized her, because he was too insecure, and because he's a bad fucking dude, right? And this whole time, I'm like watching this all happen. And I gotta listen to these fucking assholes in the movie theater laugh at every scene, laugh at the sex scene, the rape scene. How are you laughing at I can't say that. The SA scene. How are you laughing at that shit? They're like, oh my God, why is she peeing? Like, they don't understand that she literally is stuck in her body, and she was stuck standing there all day. She couldn't move. So she had to fucking poop and pee And I think she ate. I didn't really. I don't know why she had stuff on her face. Did she eat the cat or something? But she had she was standing in vomit. She was disgusting. And the fact that Bear could just kept saying, "I want you to be yourself. I want you to be Nikki." No, he didn't. If he wanted her to be her, he would have never made that fucking wish. And yes, you could say he didn't know the wish was gonna be real, but he made it. That was even a thought that crossed his mind. And he did take it. I mean, he took advantage of her. The whole movie is him taking advantage of her. And then when the real her finally shows up and says, "Please kill me," he says, "Is it that hard to love me?" He gets defensive when the real her finally shows up. Huh? Dude, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Leave. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Can I just do my homework, please? No. I'm almost done. Come on, dude. Like 2 minutes. And you noticed, I know I already said this, but like every time real Nikki comes out again in the future, in the next couple times, it's her trying to kill herself, smashing shit on her head. It doesn't matter. At the party, smashing the fucking bottle on her face. She's trying to kill herself. Like, if you view that movie any more than surface level, and actually understand what it would be like to be Nikki in this situation, you would know how fucking dark and terrifying this shit is. And now how traumatized do you think you can be, bro? What is she? Maybe she has enough trauma to write the book she wants to write, but she was like, Bear, I was never with you, bro. Like, I was never with you. So I don't know. Every scene, people were laughing, and I was like, I don't get it. And this is what I have a hard time when I watch movies that are a lot of times show violence against women and stuff like that, especially if it's allegorical. Like what was the movie? Jennifer's Body, I believe that was. I mean, majority of the audience doesn't even get it. Bruh. Like, even like Julianne's friends, I had to explain it to them. They didn't get it. They thought it was like a banterous movie. And then I was like, hey, this is like and they're like, oh my God, you're so right. I'm like, how did you watch this and not get it? How did you not get it? How did you not get what this movie's about, bruh? The dude took her fucking autonomy away. He literally, like, and the fact that he went along with it for so long is crazy. And that he was defending himself to the other guy, like, oh, Nikki's fine. She's all right. You're a fucking disgusting piece of shit, dude. Bear is the grossest type of dude. Such a piece of shit. But all right, I'm out of here. I gotta let Julian do homework. Guys, girls, gays, queers. They, them, these are any all. Everyone, anyone, have a blessed rest of your Tuesday. I'll catch you guys on a beautiful Wednesday.